change the cameras. Welcome to welcome to this video. This is Angle Guys. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. I am unboxing. Let me just switch cameras really quick. You don't need to look at me. I want you to look at this art of this deck. I'm really excited about this deck that I got yesterday, and I want to kind of get it unboxed so that I can maybe use it. Let's see here. Let's change that. Let's see if that does that. Okay, perfect. All right, so let me get up closer. Get up closer. Okay, so this is the KLIMT Tarot. It's Gustav Klimt. I know his first name too. I'm so fancy. I've always been, he has a famous painting called The Kiss, I believe. I think this is it on the other side. Yeah. And so I know this piece of work. His work is very distinct. I believe he's a Russian artist, but I don't know why. I just love his work. I think it's really epic. It creates emotions in me. I love sort of how shimmery and ethereal it kind of is. It's also got this weird tension to it. Like it's both gorgeous and lush and beautiful, yet there's a stress to it. I mean, if you just look at her, she's like, look at this woman. She's like giving you fashion. She's giving you realness. I'm hoping that's the High Priestess. It better be. If it's not, I'm going to be pissed. It's got to be one of the queens, but I'm thinking High Priestess. We'll see. But I'm dying to see what this deck is all about, and I wanted to get it unboxed and shown to you guys. We are probably going to do a full walkthrough of all of the cards on this one just because I want to see all of them, and I think that because it's such a artist-oriented deck, well, all decks are artist-oriented, but because it's a famous artist, I'm going to give it that sort of due credit, so to speak. So for those of you that are watching live, I hope you're in it with me for the long haul. For those of you that are watching this, later once it's uploaded, feel free to watch it at your leisure. Only watch whatever parts you want. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. That's really important with anything that I do on YouTube, and I have to stress that and ask for that more and more often to get you guys in the habit, for those of you that watch regularly. And if you're new to me, please hit the subscribe button if you like the content, because that also lets me know that people are paying attention and watching. I will look for this on Amazon because I'm an Amazon affiliate. I have an Amazon affiliate account. So if I can find this on Amazon, which I might be able to, I haven't even really looked. If you're interested in purchasing it and you use my Amazon link that will be in the video description on YouTube, I will get a small percentage of the sale. So, but essentially I paid for this out of pocket from a psychic fair I was at. So you don't have to use Amazon, but it's a way to support me if you choose to. All right, Lo Scarabeo is the publishing house, which they do a lot of the mini decks that I have, the Harmonious Tarot. I'm trying to think what else. I know that I have a few different things by them. I love the stuff that they do. And then this is obviously the KLIMT. And then we've seen, and I hope I'm saying that correctly, this is the side. I mean, just a lush opulence. Oh, we even have a naked booty there. Get it, Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. That better be the Lovers card. They are just like working it. Okay, so let's open this up. There's no writing on it. Oh God, more plastic. I thought I unwrapped the plastic. You bastards. All right, it got me again. I gotta open these boxes before I open these boxes. It makes no sense. All right, so, and all this plastic is so wasteful. All right, let me get this opened really quick. Sorry, guys. So I'm gonna just keep that there. You can't really see it. Let me pull away. Let me pull away. There, and actually I don't like it like that. I'm gonna close the box. There, that's a little more tidy. I love her. She is giving me just like tense fashion. Like, look at those paws. She's just like, and that hair. She's giving me like American Horror Story. I can't think of that woman's name, the redhead that they burned at the stake. She's giving me that kind of realness, which I love. When she screamed out, Balenciaga! Anyways, all right. So let's get into this. So we have the Golden Tarot of KLIMT, it's called here. And then with Lo Scarabeo, they're an international publishing house. I believe they're Italian, I would hope. They always have multiple languages in their books. This is the book. So the languages are English, Italian, Espanol, which would be Spanish, Francais, which is French, Deutsch, which is Dutch, and Portuguese. So they're definitely a my phone is ringing. Sorry, they're definitely an international publishing house. Legendary Vienna at the beginning of the 20th century, the glittering imperial city and flourishing scene of art and culture is the setting in which Gustav Klimt worked. Oh, so he was Viennese, I guess. With his work, the artist succeeded in perpetually reviving the atmosphere of that magical epoch, the basis of our contemporary culture. Ooh, okay. This is kind of cool. I'm gonna have to look him up and understand more about him. But then we have all of the major arcana. I'm just kind of looking at the book to see what's included. Chalices are the cups. Anything different there with majors? No, they're all the same, all standard majors. We have pentacles, standard wands, and then we have swords. There is some spreads. It says the circle of faults and virtues, and then it goes straight into Italian, it looks like. So there's not a whole lot here. There is some great, like, you know, I mean, as far as descriptions and stuff, it just throws you a little bit of what, you know, keywords as to each card and what it represents. But I really feel like that's fine because the art should stimulate you, and you can all use a little stimulation in our life. The art should stimulate you enough that it will hopefully draw out reactions to you in different readings and give you inspiration to speak from places that you're feeling inside, or at least that's how I work, as, you know, with my empathy when I'm doing the cards and stuff. Is how I get feelings off of the cards and the art, and how the cards will change from one reading to the next, or the positioning. Its meaning from one person's reading to the next may be completely different in how it feels and looks to me. All right, so there's a little title card here. The Golden Tarot of Klimt. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. It's so tragic. And then this is the back of the card, the back of the deck. I just love it. She's giving you manic fashion realness. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, I don't have the chat up, so I can't see what you guys are saying. I'm sorry. Wasn't paying attention. Oh, you're welcome, Vicky. Hi, Rachel. He was Austrian. Thank you, Rachel. She's an art history major. Thank you. I love his work. I don't know enough about it, and I'm not super familiar with his work beyond The Kiss and maybe a few other pieces. But I've always been sort of fascinated by his work. The colors, the patterns, the shimmeriness, the sort of, I love it. So this is the Fool. And I love these, how they're black bordered. The Magician. I love that the Magician is a woman in this deck. You don't necessarily see that traditionally. Oh my God, these cards. They are just giving me life. The High Priestess. So this is not even the High Priestess. What? I don't even know. I'm wondering who she is in the deck. Maybe she's Justice? I don't know. The High Priestess is gorgeous, though. Oh my God, you guys. The Empress. Wow, a very different styling of Empress to me. And you don't see any sort of natural influence here with her, which you usually always do with Empress. She's usually depicted like in greenery or green colors and all of that sort of stuff. And you don't see that here at all. This is more of a warrior Empress to me. The Emperor. Ooh, okay. Call me. He's kind of hot. And he's wearing like a caftan. Like, you cannot go wrong with a caftan. All right. We've got the Hierophant. He's actually kind of hot Hierophant. What is going on here? I should say this before I get into too much of this, because I don't know if each and every piece is Klimt's, like the faces here, because it does say art by A.A. Atanasov on top here. So I'm wondering if some of these faces are added in. I don't know. And maybe the patterns and stuff are Klimt work. Oh, so this is the Lovers. So the Kiss is the Lovers. Maybe that booty shot is the Two of Cups. I'm sorry, Rachel, if I'm ruining your art history. If I'm bludgeoning it with my excitement and my inexperience. The Chariot, that's beautiful. I love these cards. They're so gorgeous. Justice. The Hermit. Oops, sorry. The Wheel. Oh, my arm, when I position it around this computer, it like shakes because it's like resting on the desk. It's a really weird way to reach around this computer. Strength. So this is strength. Okay, I would not have pegged this for strength because I'm so used to seeing a lion with the strength card. Wow. These are like just a whole nother world to me. The Hanged Man. These are absolutely beautiful. Death. We've been seeing a lot of pretty death cards lately, guys. A lot of really pretty death cards. And I love how they have the baby for like, the transformation of new, right? We don't know who he's coming for, right? Who death is coming for, but he'll bring in transformation. We have Temperance. Wow, that's a beautiful Temperance card. Wow. The Devil. The Tower. Wow. The Stars. I love this card. The Moon. Wow, that's beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous deck. The Sun. This is the Sun. Really? Wild. I would not have pegged that card for the Sun at all. Judgment. Wow, I love these. The World. Ace of Chalices. So this would be the Ace of Cups. Hi, Lisa. How are you, dear? The Two of Cups. The Three. The Four. Five. The Six of Cups. The Seven. This actually looks like the least confused Seven of Cups I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I get the dragon reference being a little bit kind of her fear, anxiety, confusion, but these guys look all lined up and kind of well taken care of. The Eight. The Nine of Cups. Talk about abundance. I love a great way of sort of showing kind of the overflow of abundance through his body. The Ten of Cups. That's beautiful. The Knave of Cups. So Rachel's saying, for those of you watching on Facebook, she's saying he was considered part of the Vienna succession movement. It was an art revolution in Austria, similar to our Art Nouveau. Look up either Wagner or Wagner too. I'm not sure how that would be pronounced. I will check him out because I love this art. I think it's beautiful, and I love Art Nouveau too. That's why I love like Harmonious Tarot and what's the other deck that I have that's very Nouveau in style that I love? I can't think of the name of it. It's up there on the shelf. It's the one that's really pretty. And all of the court cards are absolutely beautiful. I can't think of it. And I love this influence of the angels ones too, which is very sort of Renaissance-y to me, but I could have that wrong. The Queen of Cups. Was Urte part of this? Because I kind of associate this a little bit with Urte in a way too. But I could, that might be a totally different period. I'm not, but sort of some of these patterns and the refinedness of the characters kind of make me think of Urte's work also, or it seems sort of in that same vibe, if that makes any sense to me. Or if that makes any sense to you, but it seems like the same vibe to me is what I'm saying. And the King of Cups. Wow, the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful card. I love the richness of the colors too. There's just such an opulence to this stuff. Two of Pentacles. What an interesting way to depict sort of balance, because she's sort of taking care of the children. Three of Pentacles. The Four. The Five. The Six. The Seven of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. The Nine. The Ten of Pentacles. The Knave. There's a certain sort of melancholy to these people, though, these court cards. The Knight of Pentacles. I mean, I think it's beautiful, though. The Queen of Pentacles. And the King. He's actually giving me Four of Pentacles vibes. He's handsome, though. Then we have the Ace of Wands. The Two of Wands. Is it Alphonse Mucha, the Art Nouveau you have in tarot? No, it's not a Mucha tarot. It's current. It's made by current artists, Matt Hughes. I can't think of the name. It is the shit. Hold on, let me see. Let me look. This one, the Ethereal Visions, and this reminds me of Nouveau. Like this deck here, which I love that deck too. It's very Art Nouveau to me, but I could be off. It may not be Art Nouveau. I might be wrong on that. I think you've corrected me on that because I was calling it a different style. So this is the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Five of Wands, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands. The Ten of Wands. The Knave of Wands. The Knight of Wands. It is beautiful, isn't it, Susan? The Queen of Wands. I'm like in love with these cards. And the King of Wands. Wow. And this king to me almost looks like a woman. I like sort of the androgyny of this king. It's really beautiful. So we have the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords. These are really different depictions of what these cards naturally represent, or not naturally, but traditionally, the artwork. Three of Swords. So I would say this for anybody that's new that's watching this video, that's looking for a deck and you're into art, this would be a great deck, but I don't know if it's a great deck to start out with, in the sense, if you're trying to learn traditional tarot meanings from sort of the icon, like the iconography that's in the cards, because these steer way far away from that. But I also think that the art in these cards could instill in a reader a lot of new, fresh perspective that could be really beautiful. So this is the Three of Swords. Like, I mean, this is traditionally always a heart with three swords in it, which you don't necessarily feel that here. So you would need to, I would think you would want to know the traditional representation so that you could sort of take this from there, but this might instill in you something else, some other type of meaning. The Four of Swords. The Five of Swords. I hope I don't get in trouble for broadcasting this on Facebook, like, because there's a fair bit of nudity in this. It is art, though. It's not like, but I hope, you know, Facebook doesn't get offended. The Six of Swords. The Seven of Swords. The Eight of Swords. The Nine of Swords. The Ten of Swords. The Knave of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. She's beautiful. The King of Swords. And then this just shows different decks that Lo Scarabeo prints. The Tarot of Botticelli, I bet you that would be beautiful. And the Visconti. Okay. All right, so let me gather up these cards. I'm going to shuffle the deck just to see how they shuffle. Maybe put a question in your mind if you want. I always do one card from any new deck as the card, and I will do a little take on what I sort of feel like the card is saying to us today and answer hopefully to the question that you've asked. This will be for both those that are watching live and anybody that tunes in into the future. What do these folks need to know? What does this deck want to tell us? So they shuffle beautifully. They're really nice. Not too thick, not too thin, not too, I feel like not Little Red Riding Hood, Goldilocks. They're not too slick and not too matte either. They're really nicely ready to be used, if that makes sense. Like sometimes some decks are a little stiff. Other times they might be a little slippery and the cards go everywhere. These just are kind of perfect as a shuffle. So what do we need to know? We get the moon, associated with the signs of Cancer and Pisces. I love this. To me, when I think of the moon, it's that more subtle. Sometimes people think that the moon card is about sort of, it can sometimes have a negative connotation. To me, this feels like self-care. Like the minute I see this, she's sort of wrapped up into the fetal position and she's surrounded by all this light of the stars and sort of she's in her own galaxy, in her own world. Kind of she's gone inward. Her attention is definitely faced inward, even if she is resting or sleeping. But with the moon, there's always that idea of kind of going into the subconscious self, trusting our more inner, quieter voice that is within us. We may not always kind of know exactly which route to take or which path or which choice to make, but if we listen close enough, the truth is already within us, kind of is the vibe that I get. And that's also like sort of a traditional meaning with the moon card. The moon sometimes indicates like confusion though, or fear that you're going to pick the wrong thing, right? Because there's that, the moon doesn't light the path as bright as, say, like the sun, right? I would say with this card, trusting one's subconscious, trusting one's emotions, trusting one's intuitions is going to be key with whatever your question may be. If you don't feel as though the answer is completely clear, sort of go inward. Take time to kind of, I don't know if backtrack is the right word. I kind of feel like her rolling into this fetal position feels like her going back to her point of birth, right? Going back to the sort of origin of who she is and where she's from. And that's also sort of moon essence or moon energy, right? It's that deeper part of ourselves. So we want to go back into that deeper well of knowledge that exists within us. We might have to get quiet to do so. We might have to sort of shut maybe voices or people or situations out of our lives at this time to be able to do this form of sort of self-care and keep the focus on us. I love how she is sort of the central focus here. She also kind of looks a little bit like she could be giving birth to a new idea, in the sense that with this line of stars and light, it almost feels as though it's being birthed forward from her dreams, right? So there could be some sort of subtle voice within that we need to listen to that could be guiding us down a path that we otherwise maybe wouldn't see, if that makes sense. So keep that in mind as you move forward through the day. Listen to the more quieter voices. Let's see what the card booklet says, because again, there's only keywords for these cards, but let's see, where's the moon? Generation, dream, magic, illusion, and rest. The disappointments are idle thoughts, memories, and withdrawal. I don't feel that as I feel like she's very much at peace. When I look at this, I feel like she's going inward in an effort to better know what it is that she needs to know. So for those of you that have a question, the answer is, whatever your question may be, that the answer is within. Withdraw, pull in, center, and go to that place, this place of peace and calm, and become the center of your universe, right? Let yourself be your own kind of guide. The light comes from within, so to speak. All right, so that is your card. I love this deck. I think it's absolutely beautiful. You guys might see it in a card night soon, where I'll do card pulls from it just to see how it plays out. And how it reads, because I feel like each deck can read very differently. And I have a feeling this one is going to do that, certainly because it's very off-road as far as the art, in line with traditional tarot, right? So I think that kind of frees me up to come up with different maybe renditions or explanations for cards. Does that make sense? All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. Leave any questions or comments on the video. If you're interested in purchasing the deck, I will try and find an Amazon affiliate link, but it's probably available at other retailers, and you don't have to use my link, but if you do, I do get a small percentage of the sale. So look for that in the video description on YouTube once that fully uploads. And I think that's it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the forecast. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.